Hello, everybody. Thank you for taking time out of your busy day to join me on my vision board workshop, day 1 of 3, because like I said a couple minutes ago, I do believe that a vision board is not done or created in one session. I think it's a process, and I think we need to give our brains some time to mull things over and really digest the questions. Some of them are pretty intense. I do think, though, that all of the questions, there are 12, all of them are important in your journey to creating a better tomorrow and starting doing that today. Most of the time, people create a vision board at the beginning of the year because you have goals and dreams and hopes. However, you can do this at any point during the year. Whenever you are ready to create your tomorrow today, that's when you should be participating in a workshop for vision boards. And I believe that everybody on here has actually already taken and created a vision board for themselves. I believe so, right? Abby, your mom too? No?
No, Abby and her mum hasn't, only I have.
Yeah, I haven't.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so I don't have one. No, my mum doesn't either.
Okay, very cool, very cool.
No pressure.
No pressure at all. No, I love it. I love it. It's really cool to have a different, I'm having problem joining the meeting. Okay, give me 1 second for Maura. She probably also doesn't put in the password. Because I know, Carol, you said, right, that was the word.
I didn't have to put in a password, see?
Oh.
I
Yeah,
just,
when
I
I
just clicked on the Zoom link and it came right through.
Yeah, if you click on a Zoom link, that's fine, but I couldn't put the password. It was going invalid as well.
So
Yeah, I had the same difficulty until I put vision in as opposed to the number that was showing.
Okay. All right. I'm going to keep
with
my eye
me.
out. Nope, Blink isn't working. Oh, shoot. What do I do now?
see if she can go from her phone.
Mm.
Maybe, or if she's on her phone, see if she can go from a computer. Sometimes that's the difference. Look, I got my beverages.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm having a tea.
I have a cleanse and a fizz.
Is this the same as Rani was on last night?
I'm going to send her the link one more time, maybe. I don't know if that's, let me try that one more time. I am sorry, but she's somebody that couldn't make it yesterday, and she was like all excited. She's like, I want to join today.
Is it the same as yesterday, Rani's asking?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I just updated the date and the time, so it is the same.
Okay.
Same training, Cecilia, or same code? Same training as last night?
Same training, yes, because next week is step 2, because there were some people that couldn't make it yesterday, so I wanted to offer this again. And hopefully...
Well, if the person can't get on and you're recording it, you could always send it to them.
I know, it's not the same,
not
but
the
I
same.
totally agree. I totally agree. I'm going to tell her I am recording. I am recording. Okay, so I'm sorry about that. Maybe I can shorten it later, so we skip this part. But I feel bad, but maybe she will figure it out. You know, if she doesn't give up, maybe, you know what? I'm going to try one more thing because I have a picture of the Zoom code thing somewhere. Maybe if I send her that. But where is it? Darn it. Yeah, I can't find. Oh, here it is. Okay, maybe she can try it this way. I'll just speak faster. I'll just speak faster. Try typing that into Zoom. All right, that's it. No more. No more. I'm sorry. Okay, so thank you for taking time out of your busy day. I'll just have to speak a little faster with this vision boarding workshop. I will guide you through some questions. I have been creating vision boards now for 8 years. It's my 8th year of creating them, and I have seen some incredible results. And over time, I have realized that it gives me a lot of energy to share what I love to do and help people figure out where they want to be either this year, next year, 5 years from now, and sometimes realize that they're stuck when they're not even really aware that they are stuck. So I have 12 questions that I'm going to walk you through, and I shared the link, but pen and paper works. So I will be guiding you through this experience. I am super pumped about that. And I got to figure out how to make you guys a little smaller for now. Okay. Nope, I do not want to share. That's not what I want to do. I want to present. So you see one at a time. Okay. Thumbs up, you guys can see. I am assuming, yes. Okay, perfect. All right, so here we go. And maybe Maura will be able to find it later. We'll see. Okay, so what are we going to do? I did introductions. All of you actually know me, Cecilia Wyman. And my intention is to help you find a path towards where you want to go in your future and really start thinking about where you are this current moment and where you want to be and what's really important to you in life, because we only have one life and we want to make the most of it. And I think that's where a vision board is really, really, really powerful. Yes, she is coming. Woohoo! I'm sorry. Maura figured it out. So yay. I am super excited that she is here. Hi, Maura, you figured it out. This is awesome. Fabulous. Janet, do me a favor. Can you copy the link of the document and paste it in the chat for Maura? That has all of the questions that we're going to be using. But if you want to use it on the computer, you have to make a copy for yourself.
It's already in the chat.
I know, but if she joined now, I don't know if she can. Oh yeah, we're on Zoom. Never mind. In Google, you don't see it. So it should be in the chat. Okay. And if not, just a piece of paper is fine as well.
Okay.
And I was talking about why 3 sessions, because I really think a vision is not made in an hour or 2 or 3. That's why in session 1, I walk you through 12 questions that will guide you to think about what's really important to you. And then you will have an entire week to add to that list. So if you're using pen and paper, I highly recommend that you put each question on a different page. So while you go through your day tomorrow, while you go through your day on Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever, you will start thinking about more things possibly that are important to you that go with those questions, and then you can add that. It's been something that has been super powerful for me. The second session next week will be me walking you through actually starting the vision board. I'm going to give you some examples today, but then next week I'm going to give you more examples so you can see there's not really a right or wrong answer on how to create a vision board. And that's what the fun part about this is. It's as creative as you would like to be. A vision board is a guide towards what you want from your tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. And I walk you through the questions. I'll give you some examples, and we will prepare for the next session. Okay, now I got to figure out. Okay. The whole entire workshop is built around the question, wouldn't it be cool if? And that's what I want you to keep in the back of your mind. Wouldn't it be cool if? And here you actually see one of Carol's vision boards that she created with me last year. And she can maybe later talk about how hesitant she was about creating a vision board. And it took me literally 3 years to not convince her, but nudge her in taking the time to do it. And now she's back for more. So I think that speaks for the experience. Vision boards, they really make you think about what you really want. They help you get unstuck if you are stuck, and they provide a visual reminder of your dreams and goals. We often know what you think about, you bring about, but it's also what you look at and what you're exposing yourself to on a daily basis that really drives where your roadmap is headed. And if you want to look at my phone, here I have my vision, whoops, went dark. I have my vision board on my phone as a screensaver. So every single time I turn on my phone, I see my vision board and I am reminded of where I am going, because if you don't have a path you're going on, there are a gazillion paths to lead you to, I don't know, California or wherever you want to go. But you have to zoom in on the one that's the right one for you and keep reminding yourself. It will get you fired up, and they are actually fun, because when something is fun, you are more likely to continue with it, I believe. Now, here is my quest for you, my asking you. Please release these 3 things while we're doing this. Do not think about time. Do not think about, I have to achieve this in the next 3 months. I have to achieve this in the next 6 months. I have to achieve this in a year by December. It is great to set yourself time goals because it will nudge you and push you to work towards those goals. But please, please, please do not say, in 3 months, I have to lose 20 pounds. It is possible, but if you don't reach that goal, then you will be depleted and you'll be defeated. And then that's not the point. Your job, so to speak, is just to figure out what you want, not how long it's going to take. Also, your job is not to think about how it's going to happen. So release the reality. It doesn't matter how it's going to happen, because if you think about it, your current reality is what you have created from the past. If you knew how to get the car, how to get the job, how to get the partner, then you would have already done it, right? So you have to trust and you have to have a little bit of faith in the universe, that the universe can then find and bring you the how. You just have to be open to the how coming your way. And the third thing, please, please, please do not think about relationships. And that might sound counterintuitive. Some of you have kids, little kids, grown kids, partners, friends, family that you are taking care of, that you are working with, that you care about. But this vision board is about you. So please don't think about all the obligations that you have, all the things that yes, they are there. However, this vision board is for you, and everything else around you, when you are focusing on you and your growth, everything else will fall into place, I promise. Okay, so those are the 3 things I ask you to just let it go. Now, ask yourself, remember, wouldn't it be cool if? I am going to set a timer, and I want you to write down at least 15 things, and I'm only going to give you a minute or a minute and a half, and you're going to be like, I can't write down 15 things. Just trust the process. And again, leave some space for later. But remember, it's not if it's like, is it realistic? It's not about the relationships that you're in right now. It's just 15 things that come to mind right away. Wouldn't it be cool if, for your health, for your career, for your friendships, for your partnerships, for your money, anything goes. I'm going to set a timer. Oh, the song was just perfect because it literally just ended when the timer was about to go off. So show of hands if you got at least like 3 things on the list. Okay, 5. All right, more than 7? Wow, more than 10, anybody? Okay, all right, whew, I got you there. And again, it's like anything, right? Like no limitations. Wouldn't it be cool if, and it can be for your health, can be for your finances, can be for relationships, travel, which is really, really big for me. And you can always add to the list. Either if we're doing another question and you're already done with the other question, you can come back to it. Or as I said, throughout the next coming days. Okay. Oh, wait, where do I get to next? Here we go. Now, look back at your list or on your own if something comes up right now. And I want you to think about what is one outrageous thing you could do for yourself this year. And it doesn't have to be something expensive. It could be something free, right? What's one outrageous thing you could do for yourself this year? And what do you enjoy doing that you haven't done in a long time? And I don't mean COVID related. I know there are lots of things we can't really be doing right now, but think about when we were all out about, think back maybe 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, something that you haven't done in a really, really, really long time. And I am going to show you my outrageousness while you guys are writing. Hopefully this works. Yes, I love to dance anywhere and it always makes me happy. So think about something outrageously cool, exciting that you could be doing for yourself. Okay. Anybody care to share? What is something that you enjoy doing that you haven't done in a really, really, really long time?
Downhill skiing.
Downhill skiing. Okay. You think you're going to go back to it?
I would love to go back to it. It
Okay.
makes the winter bearable for me.
Okay. Very cool. Excellent. Anybody else?
Paddleboarding in the sea.
Paddleboarding. I have never tried that. I don't know if I would have the balance for that.
Oh, of course. Do some core work with me and we'll be
I
fine.
know, right? Yes, Ronnie is going to be my personal trainer. Janet,
Scuba dive,
scuba diving. You have done that before?
not in an open ocean, but yeah.
Oh, cool. All right. Barb? Oh, you're muted, I think.
Just being out and dancing and listening to music again.
I know that's something we miss, right? That's something that really connects
A lot.
us. Yeah, yeah. Maura, do you feel like sharing something?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I ziplined once and I absolutely hated it, but I wouldn't mind trying to do it again.
Okay. Oh my God, I
Yeah.
did it in Costa Rica. It's mind-blowing.
That's exactly where I did it. Yeah. And
Wow.
yeah.
See, we have something in common. Didn't even know it. That's
Yep.
awesome. Awesome. Yes. So keep also adding to that list, like zip lining, you have to go somewhere, but maybe think of something that you could be doing at your home. Again, there's no right or wrong answer. But I think it's important because those are the things that when we focus on the things that bring us joy and we are grateful, that's what then expands into all the other areas of our lives where maybe we're not as happy and not as content. Here are the next two questions. When was the last time you bought yourself ... Flowers is one thing for me that I don't really do often enough. But think of little things that you haven't done in a really long time that don't necessarily cost a lot of money. And where do you wish to travel? Where would you like to travel to? Whoops, sorry, I did not want to go. There we go. I'm still trying to figure out this whole technology thing. I'm going to set the timer. Okay, one place you would love to travel to. Helen, what do you think?
Anywhere hot.
Anywhere hot. Okay, so not that
Yeah.
specific. Okay, that's very open. I love that. Barbara's
Anywhere
nodding.
hot. I chase blue skies and sunshine, so anywhere hot. But actually, I bought myself flowers today. Not expensive, just some tulips, and they look amazing. Yeah.
That is fabulous. That is fabulous. Amazing. Yes. Janet, what's a place you want to go to?
I am going to be touring the United States and going to every national park. It's not want to, will do.
Wow, I love it. I know. And I am going to be tagging along when I'm off in the summer in your RV, just saying, you'll already. Carol?
Florida for golf school.
Oh, golf. Yes, I know that's a big part of your life. In Florida, the weather is always great.
Well, at this time of the year, and since one of my goals is to play bogey golf, I need a lot of training to get there.
Yeah, well, hey, see, you're already thinking about a plan how to make it happen, right?
Yep.
Barb, what about you? Oh, I muted you again. Sorry. Barb, you're muted.
How did I do that?
Well, I muted you while, everybody was thinking.
Oh, okay. I just want to go to Florida and see my grandkids and go to Virginia and see my dad.
Yes, that's definitely has been very challenging, right?
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah. Ronnie, what about you guys? Are you there?
I've put everywhere. I need to do so many vision boards, but I've actually put the Maldives because I've been there before and I want to go back. And I want to do Kenya. I want to do safari.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, wow.
And I also I watched Gino and Gordon Ramsay, and they went to Finland and Lapland, and they were like sledging, and they were reindeer riding, and they were like they swimming in the icy waters. So I want to do that as well. It's completely random. So
That's okay. Like I said, right? No time limit, no place limit, no money limit, whatever, right? No relationships, right? What about your mom?
Well, Mum, I would like to travel around Italy. I've done
Italy,
it.
yeah. Oh, I want to return. I want to go back there. Yes.
That's going on my list.
I would like to go to Rome and Venice and all the places I
Florence.
haven't been to. Florence.
Very
I-
cool. Very beautiful. I've been to Rome and Florence, like beautiful, but I was there for a hot second. So yes, very, very cool. Ronnie, what about you?
Yeah, I've got same as Abby, really. I've got plus
We have
Portugal.
a travel partner already.
I know, because yeah, we love the Maldives. We actually said with all our girlfriends, our friend Pilar, we've got it already on our vision board for December next year.
Very
That's where
cool.
we're heading. And then I've got also Portugal, which I absolutely love and adore. And I want to start retreats there, hopefully this year. So
Very awesome. Maura, what about you?
I have Italy down, just like some of the group, and Spain I had.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes. If you need
Barcelona-
a translator, I'll be going. Like it was on my list for the summer. It didn't happen. So
No,
it will.
It was on the list, Italy and Spain, and then COVID hit. So, but I'm definitely looking forward to being able to do that. So
That's fantastic. And I think Carol can maybe talk about, because I think, was it Abby? I think you said you need like 3 vision boards, right? Carol, when you came to me, you made more than one, right?
The picture that you had earlier on your earlier slide,
Mhm.
I was actually doing 2 vision boards at the same time. I did one for my business life and I did another one for my personal life.
Exactly. And that's actually the same thing that happened to me when I did my very first one. And I'll show you later examples. I actually ended up making a vision board and at the same time an affirmations inspiration board that I'm actually looking at, that's here in my office. And that can happen. And the one you see in the slide here is my friend Jill who made this. And the right side is her current life that she's focusing on. And then on the left side, it's actually a planner that she uses every day. And then on the back, it's what she wants to do when she's retiring. So that is almost like 2 vision boards, right? So again, like there are so many avenues that you can create a vision board. There is no right or wrong answer. So that's why it's cool that we have all these people on here that have already made some.
Yeah, and I actually carry my vision. I made copies of my vision board and I carry them in my monthly planner.
I love that. Yeah. So then you
So
can.
I have a regular reminder.
I love it. Just like I have it on my phone, right? Or some people have it as their computer screen. Yes. Awesome. Cool. All right. Next question. What type of job, work, or activity would you like to do every day? Again, don't think about the time limit, money limit, place limit. Like, what is something, an activity you would love to do every single day? What kind of job, what kind of work would you love to do? Okay. Okay, if you're wondering about the music, it's the Adam Ezra Group. If you haven't been hooked by them yet, you haven't hung out with me enough. It's a really cool folk music, great lyrics, and I'm making a shameless plug for them because they're really cool. Okay, here are the next 2 questions. What people do you want to spend most or more of your time with? And what do you wish you had more time for? Okay, so who are the people And it could be people you know or you don't know yet, right? The people in your life could be a type of people, but it could be specific people. And what do you wish you had more time for? Okay. What about what you would like to have more time for? Anybody care to share? Am I calling on you or no?
Reading and self-care.
Reading and self-care. Love it.
I like
Couldn't
that.
agree more.
I put reading and personal development.
I said travel.
Travel, yes.
Yeah.
That is one of mine.
That would be part of my self-care.
Right, exactly. Self-care and travel all in one.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Helen, what about you?
Do you know what? Truthfully, I actually feel like I've got enough time
Oh,
for
wow.
everything. Yeah, I think this year, or this past year gone in the UK, really huge benefit of what happened last year for me was simplifying my life, not rushing around, not being in a million places, and not giving to a million different people. And it's really interesting doing this because I'm just at peace in so many places in my life, truthfully, off the back of last year. So yeah, I don't need any more time for anything. I'm really in a good place with enjoying a lot of time and just simplifying life at the moment.
That's fantastic. That's like, wow. That I don't even know what to say, but that's what's great, right? You've simplified your life, and I know for myself, I've had more time and have been really enjoying that. But the travel part, I really need that in my life. Barb, what about you?
Definitely, I agree with Helen, like just having the time to not be pressured to go anywhere or do anything and just to do what you want to do is kind of a nice thing. I really enjoyed that. And it's the plus that came out of the whole COVID situation. But again, being able to travel, girls mentioned Italy, and that's like always been on my bucket list. So things like that, being able to visit and see family and friends and that kind of thing without worry.
Yeah,
That's
agree.
huge.
Anybody else like to share?
Jump in. More classical music events. Classical music was part of my life for many, many years. And since I've moved up to Dutchess County, that has been curtailed significantly.
So now that it's in your mind, like you can start thinking about, okay, how can I make that happen, right? Even though you don't know the how, but by focusing on, I want more of that, maybe there will be an online Facebook live streaming that you can find, even though I know it's not the same, right? But we have to kind of adjust and move around, and where there's a will, there's a way, I always say. What about you, Maura?
I mean, I kind of really simplified it. Just I need to make more time to work out, and just really put the time for that. That's, you know, I seem to come up with every excuse under the book to not. So I've, you know, just I need to do that for myself. And whether it's get up first thing in the morning and just do it, because lately I've been doing it late at night and I'm just too tired by the time, you know,
I
put down
totally
work.
agree.
So
Yep, get it done in the morning. And even like I know Janet and Ronnie is a personal trainer, and Abby, they're like the experts in that area. But wouldn't you agree, just like 10-15 minutes, right? Start with 10-15 minutes every day.
yeah. Yeah, I just got a Peloton, you know, Amanda and Brian, you know, so they have 20-minute classes, which I think is awesome. Genius.
Exactly.
So I've been signing up for the 20-minute classes and just knocking it out. It's better than nothing, right? So that's what I've been doing.
Exactly. Every little bit helps. And I also think diet is the key, because you can't really outrun, or, you know, like
No.
the way you
Yep.
eat. But I know you're already making that step in that direction.
Yeah, it's been great. So yeah.
I'm a big proponent of working out in the morning. Get it
Yeah.
done.
Yep. I also feel like you have more energy with the rest of the day, I'm finding, and it's not BS at all. It really does get you going. I mean, people would say that to me. I'm like, I am not getting up at 7 a.m. to go running, but when I did, I dreaded it all night long the night before going to bed. But once I got up and did it and got it over with, I was raring to go by 9 a.m. I was like, almost like without even having coffee. I was like, this is fabulous. So
Exactly. I have a friend, like she goes to bed in her workout clothes. So then in the morning she has no excuse. I'm already in my clothes. I'm like,
There you go.
from having to make myself do that, I think. So,
Whatever works.
whatever works. Yes. Ronnie and Abby, and a tip.
Well, at the end of last summer, I started playing golf as soon as the course opened. So I would play 9 holes starting at like 6:30 in the morning.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
And like in an hour and a half, I'd get 9 holes of golf in, and it does make a difference in your energy level for the whole day. Plus your attitude. I mean, if you're doing something you love as opposed to something you're, you know, sort of prodding yourself for, and, you know, being able to even think about the one great hole I played out of the 9 was really an inspiration.
Yeah, I would just say similar to that, like with exercising, choose what you love to do. There's no right or wrong exercise. You haven't got to do burpees if you don't want to do burpees. You know, Pilates is very good. There's different exercise that suit different age groups. So find something that you really love, not what someone else tells you to do. And then you'll have a real passion for it because you want to enjoy it. As well as it being good for obviously your health and fitness. So choose something that you really enjoy, and there's so much out there.
Even if it's just a walk,
Even if it's a power
for
walk,
half an
you know, you
hour.
haven't necessarily got to be the best at doing full press ups or do it, you know, squats or lunges if you've got injuries, but just choose something that you really love, you know, you love to do, and it will make you want to get up and do it.
and definitely nutrition and supplementation is probably, I would say, it's 80-20. So 80% of what you eat and what your body absorbs, and then 20% it will be the exercise. But yeah, for mental health for sure. But even if it's just half an hour walk, nice, you know, bright early in the morning before the crowds.
Or you can dance in your kitchen, turn on some music.
Well, it's really funny, Cecilia, because we've got online training for Power Vibe, and it's all very quite serious. It's all very like boot camp, and it's master classes. And we've just added Zumba to our Tuesday nights. And I kid you not, it's amazing.
So much fun.
And I'm so bad at it, but it's so, all I do is belly laugh, you know, and you it's brilliant. And sometimes you just need to laugh when you exercise. It doesn't have to be that serious.
No, you have to tell me the time. I don't know if I can make it in US time, evening, maybe afternoon. I would love that because I love Zumba. That's one.
Well,
of them.
it's 6 p.m. It
6
is.
p.m.
our
UK time.
4, 3, 2, 1. I think that's 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
1 o'clock.
I'm still teaching.
I
I'm
love
like
how she
counting backwards in
counts in
German.
German. Always speaks English, counts in German. Love it.
That's the thing. Okay, so now that we've been laughing a little bit, the next 2 are actually tough ones, and I'm not going to ask you to share them. However, I do believe, and I just added them, to my questionnaire because I think it is very, very, very important that we ask ourselves, no, that's not yet. Darn it, one more that's not so serious. But the next two ones are really serious. This one is a little more dreaming. What does your perfect day look like? Feel like, taste like, smell like? And then after that comes two tough ones. And how would you spend your time if you didn't have to worry about money? Because that's always something that's on our list, right? But how would you spend your time? And you can draw a picture if you would like, you know, whatever it takes. I had to shut off my phone, so there's no timer. Another 30 seconds. I know this is something you could probably use an hour or two for. I really think this is a question that, you know, you have to explore a little more. Sometimes we don't know, right? Because we're so in our routines. And I know Helen said, you know, like we have more time now. So I think we've already started realizing what's really important to us and changing our routines. But if you didn't have to worry about any money, I think my daily routine would still look a little different. And now come the two tough ones, two tough questions. All right. What is something that is not serving you anymore and you are ready to release? Okay, it could be habits, it could be things that you own, that you have. Okay, and the second one, who is someone who's not serving you anymore and you are ready to release? And it doesn't mean that they're bad people. It's just sometimes we need to look at our circle and think about people that are, whatever they are, whoever they are, that we might have to step back, and meaning releasing might even just mean spend less time with them. I agree. It's probably a tough question, and you may not have answers right now, and you may think there's nothing I need to release or nobody I need to release, but it's something I think is important to investigate because I, in my personal life, have had to let go of certain relationships that weren't serving me anymore. And I had to let go of habits that didn't serve me. And it was tough, but it was the right thing to do. And I think it's part of a vision to see what can I leave behind, because we're not living in the past, right? We're moving forward. And we're going to end with the last two. And these are kind of like a list of things. And we're going back to the positive and inspirational part, if I can get there. There we go. Things I love about my life. List of the things that are in your life right now that bring you joy. Okay, and I don't want just like 2 or 3. I want like a really long list, if it is, I hope. And things I want to do. Kind of like a bucket list, like, you know, we only have one life. And I know we talked a little bit about traveling already or things I haven't done in a long time. Now that we started thinking about those, make a list. And again, don't think about time constraint, money constraint, relationship constraints, none of that. I'm thinking that list could be super, super, super long. So I would love for you to briefly share one thing that brings you joy and one thing on your bucket list. Who would like to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
The one thing that brings is my daughter Kira. And I'm divorced, so I don't have her. So whatever time I get and have with her, I just, you know, truly treasure. And one thing that I want to do is I've never done like a yoga retreat. So wanted to just do something when and if we can. So that's something I've thought about, you know, with getting into meditation and yoga. I'd love to be able to just do that for a weekend or something. So anyway.
Very cool. I love it.
Mhm.
Next, Janet.
All right, so I have a lot of things that bring me joy. You're one of them, Cecilia, but my gardens. And Cecilia knows, Barbara knows, Carol knows that my gardens, I spend a lot of time working on them and really enjoying doing the work that I do in them. And oh, I have a bunch of things on my bucket list. I'm going to parachute. That's one of the things on my bucket list.
Holy cow.
Parachute. I did parasailing, but parachute.
Ooh, I should put parasailing on here too.
There you go.
Little
And,
adrenaline.
okay, who else? Who's next? 'Cause those are the fun ones because they might inspire you to add something else to your list. Helen.
Okay, so like everyone else, there's so many things I'm grateful for that I have in my life right now. But as I've got older, energy and good health. I can't be thankful enough to just be in good health, but have really good energy with it. You know, I speak to lots of my friends and they're like tired by 8 o'clock at night and they think I'm crazy, you know, exercising on Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve, that, you know, because their mentality is just like, oh, can't be bothered. And I'm like, no, I've got the energy. So yeah, that brings me a lot of joy, having good health and energy.
Yes, and I can agree with that.
I think I'm a bit boring with my bucket list, but I definitely want to own a property abroad. I don't know where it will be, but it will be in the sunshine. And that is, on my bucket list. I will get that property and
Very cool. Oops, sorry, I went back. Okay, Carol, what about you?
Well, there are a bunch of things that bring me joy, but one of the things I've been spending a lot of time with Sammy and her coaches, and in terms of expanding both my understanding of my personal self and ideas for growing my business. And it's really fun to work with aggressive, talented people.
Okay, awesome. And bucket list?
Japanese garden. That in my contemporary home, there will be a Japanese garden.
Oh, very cool. All right, Barbie, you're nodding, you're next. I think I have to unmute you.
The Japanese garden sounds beautiful, Carol.
We'll come visit.
Yes. If you need inspiration, there's a Buddhist monastery down in Carmel that has some beautiful gardens.
I would definitely be interested in that. I'm not aware of that facility.
Oh, it's fabulous.
That's not even far. So then you can already walk in the garden and get inspired for your own.
Yeah,
one. Love it.
They have koi ponds and little places where you can just sit and meditate, and it's absolutely fabulous.
You definitely have to text me on that one.
Okay, all right. And things that bring me joy, my grandchildren, my dog, she makes me laugh every single day. I love to cook for people. Like, it's just like, it's my expression of art. I actually love my job, even though it's crazy. The people that I work with are really fun. And, you know, now that finally making the money that I, you know, hope to make, it makes it even better. And that was one thing that COVID brought.
But you can speak to that too, right? Like, you have like all through your life, like you have like, you know, envisioned yourself and like, how can I figure this out? And things would be coming your way. And now you said, right, on your vision board that you created with me last year in person.
Yes.
A lot of things have happened, right?
Yes. Yeah, it's amazing. Like, I mean, the whole COVID thing kind of threw a wrench in it, but it also caused things to happen that probably would have never happened. Like, you know, like when everything shut down at work, there were people that like just jumped on it and made it, you know, made the changes. And that kind of catapulted a lot of those people at work into different positions or different, you know, a better position because of that. Like, it was like, okay, well, we got this situation, let's see what we can do with it. And it just changed everything, really.
That's fabulous.
So,
and bucket list?
Bucket list, of course, I think the traveling, I'd love to sell my house and buy like something that has like a little less property that I can do like nicer gardens and things like that to really focus on. I'd really like it to be near a beach somewhere. I'm just like totally like I don't care if it's a lake or the ocean or what, as long as I can go out there and just like walk in the sand and, you know, just enjoy the peace and the solitude kind of thing.
Sounds
Um,
fabulous. Sounds
yeah.
fabulous. What about Team Abby?
What did I say? What am I grateful for? So many things, like what everyone said. But I'm actually going to pick my my doggies, because that's one thing. Did you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you've got
I
one.
have as
I've
well.
got two.
All right, so one in particular, but I just think one thing, I presume it's people that, you know, that have got kids and things like that. Over COVID time, we've been fortunate enough, if we're looking at the positives, to spend more time with, you know, so for me, my
Yes.
dog is 12, so she's getting on a bit, but honestly, the walks that we've had, the talks that we've had, she's kept me sane, you know, so that's one thing I'm going to bring
For
up.
sure.
Bucket list, God. I have always wanted to ski. And at the time, none of my girlfriends growing up, all the boys went skiing and none of the girls wanted to go. We always did a sun holiday. So I just think, you know, you're never too old to learn. So I think I'd like to be able to, and I'm quite competitive. So if I'm going to do something, I've got to do it well. So I think I would like to do that. Yeah, I put skiing. Yeah, skiing.
I would like to
Snowboarding.
climb Kilimanjaro.
Yeah, that's
No way.
No, Ronnie.
Awesome. Okay, Ronnie, what about you?
Yeah.
Dog, and there's mom.
I've also put like with the dogs, really enjoyed being with my doggy who's also 12.
Yeah.
And been through a lot with him. He's lost an eye 2 years ago. We thought we were going to lose him, so I'm very grateful that he's still here. And my bucket list is to own a beach house and walk on the beach and the sea every morning.
Mhm, yep,
Shining. That's what
totally.
I'd like.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay, now that we've run through all the questions, now I would like you to continue thinking about those questions throughout the week until we do session 2, when we're actually creating the vision board. And I want to give you some ideas for your journey. Here is Carol's, right? And you see there are a lot of, I mean, you can talk to it, but you know, a lot of quotes and expressions that are really powerful for you, right? And picture, I know, like they may not say anything to us, but they're very special.
Well,
and very,
Yeah,
right?
I'll jump in. I mean, a big piece of it, and I didn't realize at the time how big a piece, is the mountains. And I realized that I need sun. And in the wintertime, the best way to get sun is to be above 8,000 or 9,000 feet. And that's why I'm so passionate about skiing, that it gives me an opportunity to get into the sun. And, you know, the other thing that, you know, that I put, that it's hard to see, but there is no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs.
Mhm.
As a reminder that, you know, it's not instant soup, so
And
to
soup
speak,
doesn't taste good anyway.
and it takes some time. And I am both dyslexic and ADD, so what can you do? And you do what you can. And being able to find circumventions for the challenges that I had to deal with in the educational system, and in finding the right jobs that focused on my strengths. So
Mhm.
that when I saw that expression, that was really important, because there are some things, if my life depended on it, I couldn't do. But I was able to find things that I was instantly successful at, just as a core competency.
Mhm.
With
That's
no
fabulous. And I
education.
see that you also use the notebook, right? So not like a big board. So again, there's different ways
Yep.
of materials that you can use for the vision.
Yeah, I actually went to Staples and I bought a grafting, you know, an artist
Mhm.
palette, and then attached the different expressions to it. So
Very cool. Now here's my current one that I created at the end of this summer. And yes, I go big. However, like one thing that you can do is focus on different areas of your life. And if you're looking in the corners, like I am in each of the corners, because in the past I haven't made myself a priority. So that's why I I did that. And being healthy is really important for me. I love words. I am very passionate about writing, reading, being true to your words. That's why there are a lot of words on here. I have my business down here, Create Tomorrow Today. So it's things that are important to you. Some of the pictures will make no sense to you, and that's okay, right? Because it is something that is for you. So whatever you will come up and find in the following week is meant for you, okay? So be open when you're walking around your house, when you're walking around your living room, when you're walking, even when you're online, because things will pop up. They're like, wow, okay, that's interesting. You know, let me explore that. I have my big 5 for life, some books that have been really inspirational. The Mirror, I'm not looking into the past, and some of the past is beautiful, but I'm not going that way. Kind of things like that. And mine was really big board, but it's kind of like a picture frame that you could be using. Wait, how do I do this again? Okay, now this one is one that has almost exclusive pictures on it. Okay, and the way I organize this one is on the left is kind of like the now. On the bottom is what costs little or no money. And on the top is what do I need to do now, but costs more money. For example, it doesn't cost me anything to listen to music. It doesn't cost me anything to sing, right? So those are things that don't cost me a lot of money, but that I can do every single day right now. Figuring out my retirement, I have to start that now and not 5, 10, 15 years from now, right? But that's going to cost more money, but it's something I have to do like every day, right? To work on that or get it started, right? Friends are super important to me. They don't cost anything. I can just call them, right? I love to read. I love the stage. So those are things like further down the road. Volunteering is super important to me. Photography. So this is going down the road, like thing like, okay, that's maybe not something that's happening right now, but down the road. Eating healthy can be costly, doesn't have to be, right? So you could be organizing your board. Okay, what is something I can do right now that doesn't cost anything? What costs more? And then down in the future, what are things that I want to have? Cork boards, right? The beauty about that is like you can change it. So when you're achieving something, you could be like, okay, doop, taking it off, putting something else instead, right? So that might be an idea that you could be doing. And again, words and things that are just super powerful. And I know, Barb, we know who created this, and we know a lot of these things actually happened for her just in this past year, which is even more powerful.
Yeah.
But a cork board could be something, right? You could be using an old picture frame. So it doesn't have to be something that you have to buy. Please look at your home, things that you already have. So now this is the one that I am looking at right here. That was one of my first ones. Besides my vision board, I created an inspiration board. And I know, Barb, one of yours is similar, where you just put a lot of quotes and words that really speak to you. And yes, in the middle is a big one in German that one of my best friends sent me as a reminder of my heritage and like, you know, like the things to focus on. And it's just a beautiful reminder that I look at every single day. And every day I'm like picking out another quote that is powerful to me. And I do love that. Dance first, think later, because I think dancing always makes everything better. And this was like it's like a foam board or something like that. Now this is a mix between a vision board and an inspiration board. And it's again, along the lines with a cork board, but this has fabric on it. And again, like you can then put things on there and take it off. I probably never will, but that is in my kitchen. And that's another suggestion. Like you don't create your vision board and then put it in the closet. You want to put it somewhere prominent where you see it every day. My current vision board, as soon as I wake up and I look to the left, right? Carol said she made a copy. She's carrying it with her, like with her everywhere she goes. I know you guys most really well, most of you. So I know Janet's, right, is in your bedroom. So when you get up in the morning, right, you see it. For me, this one is in my kitchen, and it has a lot of people, family, and friends on there that are important to me. Oh, I think, Janet, are you showing us yours? Ah, there you go. Yes, and I know you have more than one. Exactly. So again, there is no right or wrong answer of how you are creating your vision board, or like Carol said, right? Do one for your career, do one for your family, right? Do one for, you know, your enjoyment, whatever. Now, okay, here are some ideas, because now for the next week, you're going to be looking for the things. And then the next week, maybe for you guys in England, we might have to figure out a different time, because I don't want you to start a vision board at 10 o'clock at night. But think of old picture frames, right? You can just take out the stuff, like maybe an old art piece that you have that you don't care about, just take it out. And then you have a beautiful frame that you can use, right? Poster board, cork board, foam board, science trifolds. I've done those because I have a lot of pictures. Old catalogs, look at the mail. Like if you're still getting things like calendars. I don't know about you in England, but we have a dollar store. And right now you can buy calendars for $1, and it has beautiful places on it. It has inspirational quotes on it, and they just cost you $1. Look at old notebooks, even old books. Yes, I have ripped apart old books where there was a quote or a word in there that I thought was powerful. I know some people created virtual, like some people do create a virtual vision board, but I think the actual tactile touching and putting things together, then you can take a picture and put it on your phone later, right? Up to you again, but I think there is something to say about like actually touching things. Old greeting cards. Sometimes you like the pictures of an old greeting card, you can use advertisements coming to your house. And if you get to go out, right, businesses, restaurants, your hairdresser, they have always catalogs there. Maybe snag an old one. I don't know. Home Depot. I don't even know why I thought about that. But they have like, you know, sometimes like the home shopping things, and go online. You can print out things, right? So those are the things that are helpful. Now, you might think about what do I even want to focus on, right? What do I really want to put on my vision board? I've had people that literally only focus on health. Their entire vision board was about health. I want you to think about what is the one thing, if it improves, that will help all the other areas in my life. And a lot of times it is health, right? If you are healthier, you will have more energy to run around with your kids. You will have more energy to work on your project, to get out of your job and create, you know, the career that you are dreaming of. Here are some areas, and I can send you, I think it's in the questions in the document. It's all in there. These things, I put them in there. So you could think about family, you could think about your finances, your spiritual life, professional life, culture, social health, and your partner that you have or don't have or whatever, right? Again, but it is about you. It's not about anybody else. And now here are the next steps. And I know I mentioned that to some of you already. Now, if you're not really sure what to focus on, here's my challenge. Write a list of 300 items. What's Steve's last name? There is this entertainer that does the Family Feud. What's his name? Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey. I watched a video, and what he says is successful people do two things. One thing is you ask not so you don't receive, and that's a verse in the Bible. But it's true, right? If you're not asking for what you want, you can't receive it. So if you want a raise, you have to speak up. The worst thing that can happen is no, and that's okay. At least you ask, right? So it's because you don't ask, that's why you don't receive. Oh, what, Janet, what do you have? What does it say on yours? Oh, you have to unmute yourself, darling. What does it say?
It says if you don't ask, the answer will always be no.
Exactly, right? That's the one thing successful people do. They actually ask for what they want, right? And then figure it out. And the second thing is they write it down. They write it down. So please write down, and we've started that, the things that are important to you, right? Write it down. And that's where the 300 list comes in. And I know it's crazy. I did it this past June. And I literally did it in one sitting because I knew if I stopped, I wouldn't go back to it. It took me an hour and a half to write a 300 list, because what will happen at 75, you're going to be like, what else can I write on that list? And you just have to push yourself to keep going. You can think about your health. You can think about relationships. You can think about all the things that you want and write it down as detailed as you possibly can. And two things will happen. The first thing that I already noticed is that if you take the time to create the list and then actually read the list at least once or twice a week, he suggests every day, but I've been doing it once or twice a week that I read through the list. I even took pictures of each page and have it in my phone. So if I'm somewhere sitting and waiting, I read through the list. Within a year, at least 10% of the things that you write on that list will come true. One story that happened to me is like, I said, one of the things is I want new living room furniture. Well, it happened a little differently than I anticipated it, right? But a friend of mine redecorated. So she gave me her couch and now I have new living room furniture, and Janet gave me a beautiful rug. So is it new? No, but it's new to me, right? And it's something, it's that how that we don't know how it's going to happen, right? And just because it's not brand new, it's still new to me. So that's one of the things that has happened. And I already actually have, from June until now, I already have 15 things that have come true on that list. So I highly recommend to do that. And another thing that happened for me when I wrote that list, it really showed me to become clear of what are the areas that I really want, that are really important to me, because in so many different ways, I wrote down that I want to transition away into a different career. I wrote that down, and when I read through a list, I'm like, wow, this is popping up again. This is popping up again. This is popping up again. And by doing that, you then have your 3 or 4 areas that are most important to you, because your subconscious, by writing down 300 things, will do that for you. Okay. Add to your questions throughout the week and collect materials. Be open, maybe go online, start browsing. And the more specific you are, the more likely it is that it happens. And one of the things, my very first vision board was not a board, it was actually a book. So you can do that too. It has my home. It has my house in it. There it is. There's my home that I currently own. And it didn't happen the way I wanted it to be. I was in a relationship, I was married, and I wanted that to be our home. It didn't happen. However, a year later, this was my home. And I had forgotten that I put it in this vision book, because when I moved out and then I moved in with a friend, and then I put everything in storage, I put everything away. And then when I got ready to move into this house and started to, look through the things that I had, what do I want to keep? What do I not want to keep? I found this book. And I was blown away that I was the owner of this house. So things that you put on your vision board do happen. A trip to Atlantis, I have put it on there to earn it with my Arbonne business. Didn't happen. However, that next year, I went to Atlantis because I was invited to go. So it's not, again, the how. Just put in what is important to you and what you would like to achieve in your life. And I know we did go over, but we did start late, and I was like fumbling and things like that. So it is about an hour, and it's really super late now in England. But I really hope that you found value in this session. And I should have stopped sharing already earlier. However, I am super grateful that you took the time out of your day out of your night to be doing this with me. And I really, really hope this was valuable for you. And the next step will be actually creating the vision boards. And I will set you up to get it started, and then you can be working on your own with them. And I'll be reaching out to you. I think I have contact. Abby, I don't have contact for your mom, but I'm sure I can do that through you. And any parting words for anybody? I would appreciate it.
Thank you so much. It was fantastic. Really enjoyed it.
I think that was
Thank
great.
you. Thank you very much. I will see you again.
That was really, really useful. Honestly, it was great. And it's good to
Yeah.
hear Mum,
Yeah.
say what she wanted as well. So now I can hold her accountable for it as well. So
Exactly. And that's
Having a-
sometimes what Yes, that's what's really powerful when you do it with a bunch of friends, right? Because then you can hold each other accountable because you are learning. And that's what I have kind of created with my workshops. That's why I do the session 3, where we come together and talk about the things that we have actually put on the vision board, and then stay connected to see like, okay, check in 3 months, what has come true, you know, check in 6 months, you know, because that's, again, right, like anything in life, like having that accountability is what makes a huge difference. And
I'm just wondering whether my mum and Helen are going to be neighbours when they find their beach home, wherever that is, somewhere in the sunshine.
hopefully it's in different places so you can visit both.
That's right. Everybody pick a different spot so we can all visit.
That's it, absolutely. That was amazing, Cecilia. Really, really, really helpful, really useful, honestly. Really
Thank
good.
you guys so much.
Thank you so much.